I can't understand why one cannot forget and forgive. I don't understand why one cannot forget and forgive. Some people say I can forget, but I cannot forgive. Is it ego that comes in between? Why they can't forgive is the question. I wish it was that easy. Forget. Many people say forget and forgive. Why it is difficult? Why? And some people say I can forget but I cannot forgive. Is it ego that comes in between? Why we cannot forgive? Bimlaji, let's understand. Forgiveness is an effect. It's not a cause. It's not a cause. That's why forgiveness is an effect. You got to put in the cause for experiencing this emotion called forgiveness. Forgiveness, I wish forgiveness was an effect, and I wish forgiveness was effortless. Like breathing. Some people, breathing also is difficult. Oxygen levels are low, especially we in India have faced it enough and more. Breathing itself is difficult. Forgiveness. That's why they say, I think Mahatma Gandhi said, forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. The weak can never forgive. Between Christ and those who nailed Christ to the cross, who's powerful? Those who nailed Christ to the cross, or Christ who even after being nailed, his words were, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. Who's powerful? So forgiveness is enormous power. Enormous power, and this power nobody can take it away from you, but it is an effect of your spiritual alignment. It is only through spiritual growth you experience forgiveness, not through any other ways. Therefore, to experience forgiveness, when I say which is an effect, the cause is kindness, is compassion, is identification, is love. If you do not experience these emotions in its purest form, kindness, compassion, identification, love, you cannot experience forgiveness. There are people who say, I'm trying to forgive this person for such a long time. I find it very difficult. Why? Because you do not have kindness. You lack compassion. You have not developed identification and love. How can you experience forgiveness? Was it an effort for Christ to forgive? Effortless. See, when you have all these qualities, forgiveness becomes an effortless effect. It was not that he was thinking, now I think it's time I should forgive these people. No. It is not that when everybody was there, he was mentioning that to himself. Father, forgive them. It's incredible. So, therefore, why they can't forgive? Because they have not developed these emotions. Why they have not developed these emotions? Predominantly self-centered, selfish emotions. What can I get out of others? They have not been unselfish. They have not served enough. They have not identified, felt for others. How can you forgive? We always say, forgiveness is to set the prisoner free and to finally understand that the prisoner was none other than yourself. You forgive not for anyone else, but to safeguard your peace. It's incredible. That's why you cannot plan forgiveness, friends. None of us can plan forgiveness. You can only plan or work towards developing love. When I say love, it's not for another person. That's identification. It is. That's why compassion, kindness. Do we have that? See, find one person who's kind, compassionate, and loving, and they say, I find it very difficult to forgive. They say forgiveness is a fruit a tree gives when a stone is thrown at it. Forgiveness is a fruit a tree gives when a stone is thrown at it. No tree is waiting. Let me wait. Somebody throws a stone, then I will shed that fruit. And the most famous definition of forgiveness by Mark Twain: forgiveness is a fragrance a violet releases as the foot crushes it. One of the most profound definitions of forgiveness. I don't know what zone he must be when he wrote that. Forgiveness is a fragrance, a violet. Violet is a flower. Forgiveness is a fragrance a violet releases as the foot crushes it. You could be crushed. What releases from you is forgiveness. Where is that? It's an epitome of emotion. It's an epitome of purest emotion. So, a person who's self-centered, selfish, who lacks spiritual alignment cannot experience this. Because that's their life. What can I get out of it when there is anger, frustration, jealousy, fear, insecurity? How can you experience forgiveness? When you have love, compassion, kindness, oneness, forgiveness is an effortless effect. And finally, if you're sane enough, you'll understand forgiveness is the only choice. And let me tell you, forget forgiving others. It is much more difficult to forgive yourself. You have done something, you know you have done something. To forgive yourself, it's so difficult. That's why I say, when you let go of the hatred towards others, you can forgive others. When you let go of the guilt you have created towards yourself, then you can forgive yourself. You cannot have hatred towards others and try to forgive. Therefore, when you let go of the hatred towards others, you can forgive others. When you let go of the guilt you have created towards yourself, you can forgive yourself. The guilt, how did I do it? Why did I? You keep on continuing with the guilt, you can't forgive. That was my maturity at that point of time. What can I do? That was my maturity. Or that was how immature I was at that point of time. Let go of the guilt, you'll be able to forgive yourself. Let go of the hatred, you'll forgive others. And forgiveness is an attribute of the strong. The weak can never forgive. The weak can never forgive. So watch out, friends. Watch out. Why I'm repeating this? Forgiveness is to set the prisoner free and to finally understand that the prisoner was none other than yourself. So who are you setting free? Yourself. And who was a prisoner before? Yourself. Prisoner, or being in the prison or experiencing freedom, is your choice. You have no wonder. We look at the epitome of emotions and where we are. Anger, jealousy, or fear, insecurity, like an animal. So watch out, friends. That's not the way to live life. That's never the way to live life. You got to live with certain dignity.